If I knew then what I know now, life would have been so much simpler. Not easier, but clearer. These words come from those who have walked the longest roads, faced the toughest storms, and emerged wiser than ever. Time is the greatest teacher, but it rarely gives you the lesson before the test. So today, let's talk about the 8 most brutally honest life lessons that no one tells you when you're young. But every successful senior has learned the hard way. Some will surprise you, some will make you think. And one of them might just change the way you live the rest of your life. But here's the catch. Most people will hear these lessons and ignore them. Will you? Or will you take them to heart and truly start living? Watch until the very end, because the final lesson is the one that separates those who merely exist from those who truly thrive. And if any of these lessons resonate with you, hit that like button and share it with someone who needs to hear it today. Now, let's begin. 1. The number one thing you'll regret the most isn't what you think. I used to think I'd regret not making more money, not achieving more. But when I look back, those things don't even cross my mind. The biggest regret? Not spending enough time with the people I love. Why this regret is so common? At first, life is all about chasing success. The promotions, the paychecks, the achievements. We tell ourselves, one day, after I've worked hard enough, I'll finally have time to enjoy life. But that one day never comes. Life keeps moving, people grow older, priorities shift. Then one day you realize you missed too much. You missed Sunday dinners because of work deadlines. You skipped family vacations, telling yourself, next year. You didn't call your parents as often as you should have. You told your kids, maybe later, too many times. And later never came. The harsh truth about time money can be lost and made again. Opportunities come and go. But time, once it's gone forever. No matter how rich or successful you are, you can't buy more time with your kids, your spouse, your parents, or your friends. And that's why so many people later in life say, I wish I had spent more time with the people I loved. A lesson too many learn. Too late. The happiest people aren't the richest or the most successful. They're the ones who prioritized moments over milestones. They chose family dinners over extra work. They made time for old friends. They called their parents just to say, I love you. And here's the truth. No one ever looks back at life and says, I wish I had spent more time at the office. But plenty of people whisper to themselves, I wish I had more time with the people I loved. So what's the lesson? Cancel that unnecessary meeting and have dinner with your family. Call your parents while you still can. Stop putting off that trip with your best friend. Be fully present with the people who matter. Because one day, you won't get another chance. At the end of your life, you'll never wish you worked more. You'll wish you lived more. Now I have a question for you. What's one moment in your life you wish you could relive? Let's talk about it in the comments. 2. If you're waiting for the perfect time, it will never come. I kept waiting for the right time, the right opportunity, the right moment. And before I knew it, my time was gone. We tell ourselves, I'll do it when I have more time, when I have more money, when I feel ready. But here's the brutal truth. There is no perfect time. There never will be. Why do we keep waiting? Fear, doubt, excuses. We convince ourselves that waiting is the smart thing to do, that someday the stars will align and we'll finally be ready. But life doesn't work that way. Opportunities don't wait. Dreams don't chase you. And time keeps moving, with or without you. How many dreams have been lost someday? Think about how many things you've put off. That book you wanted to write. That trip you kept delaying. That person you never told how you really felt. You kept telling yourself, not yet. Maybe later. But later turns into years. And years turn into regrets. The hardest truth to swallow. At some point, you'll look back and realize you waited your whole life for a moment that never arrived. So what can you do? Want to start that passion project? Do it now. Thinking of telling someone you love them? Tell them today. Have a dream you keep pushing aside? Stop waiting and start moving. Because the only thing worse than failing is never trying at all. You don't run out of chances. You run out of time. If this hit home, drop a 100% in the comments. 3. The people who matter are not who you think. I spent so much time trying to impress the wrong people, and I ignored the ones who truly cared. We live in a world where attention is currency. We chase admiration, likes, followers. We seek approval from people who wouldn't even notice if we disappeared tomorrow. But one day you'll realize the people who truly matter were there all along. Why do we waste time on the wrong people? Because we're wired to seek validation. We want to feel important, to be noticed, to be respected. But here's the brutal truth. The applause fades. The admiration is temporary. And the people you tried so hard to impress, they move on. Meanwhile, the ones who truly care, your family, your real friends, the people who love you unconditionally, are left waiting for you to notice them. Society teaches us to measure our worth by status, but real love doesn't care about status. It doesn't care about your job title, your bank account, or how many followers you have. The people who truly love you only care about one thing, you. And the saddest thing, most people don't realize this until it's too late. If you spend your life trying to be admired, you might end up feeling empty. If you spend your life being loved, you'll never feel alone. So take a moment today. Tag someone you truly appreciate. Let them know before it's too late. The ones who love you don't need a reason. The ones who need a reason don't truly love you. 4. Success is nothing without your health. I worked hard, I built everything I wanted, but I never took care of my health. And now I'd trade everything to feel young again. We sacrifice sleep for deadlines. We skip meals for meetings. We tell ourselves, I'll rest later. Until one day, our body forces us to stop. Why do we ignore our health? Because we think we have time. We assume our body will always keep up. We believe success will make everything worth it. But here's the truth. No amount of money can buy back your health. A bigger paycheck won't fix a failing heart. A successful career won't heal years of neglect. And when your body gives out, all the success in the world means nothing. The harsh reality. Most people don't realize this until it's too late. By the time they do, they'd trade everything, every dollar, every achievement, just to feel young and healthy again. But you don't have to wait for regret to teach you this lesson. What can you do today? Eat well. Your body is not a machine. It needs fuel. Move more, not for looks, but for longevity. Stress less. No goal is worth destroying your peace. Listen to your body. It whispers before it screams. Because in the end, health is the real wealth. Don't wait until it's too late. If you don't prioritize your body now, you'll regret it later. So ask yourself, what's one thing you'll start doing today to take care of yourself? Comment below. Your future self will thank you. A healthy person has 1,000 dreams. A sick person has only one, to be healthy again. 5. Money is important, but not in the way you think. I used to think money was everything. And then I met people who had all the money in the world, but were miserable. Here's the brutal truth. Money alone will never be enough. We grow up believing that if we just earn more, save more, and build more wealth, happiness will follow. But the truth is, money alone doesn't bring peace. Many people work themselves into exhaustion, thinking that once they hit a certain number in their bank account, they'll finally feel secure. But then they reach it, and nothing changes. The stress is still there. The emptiness lingers. Because money doesn't buy purpose. It doesn't buy time. It doesn't replace love. The harsh reality no one talks about. What's the point of having millions if you have no one to share it with? What's the point of working 16-hour days if your kids barely know you? What's the point of being rich if your health is falling apart? The world tells you to chase wealth at any cost, but they don't tell you what happens when you finally get there, when you've sacrificed your health, your relationships, and your happiness along the way. Money should be about freedom, the ability to wake up and do what truly matters to you. Money should be about security, knowing your loved ones will be taken care of. Money should be about time, buying back the moments you can never get back. Because at the end of the day, no one wishes they had a bigger house on their deathbed. No one regrets not buying a more expensive car. What people regret is missing out on life while chasing things that didn't truly matter. The brutal truth? If you don't control money, money will control you. It will steal your time, your energy, and your peace. So don't just chase wealth. Chase a life where you can spend time with the people you love, pursue what makes you happy, and live without fear of the future. The real measure of wealth isn't how much you have, it's how much peace you feel. If this message resonates with you, type freedom in the comments. 6. Fear kills more dreams than failure. Ever will. I was so afraid of failing that I never tried. And looking back, I'd rather have failed 100 times than have never taken the chance at all. That's the brutal truth most people don't realize until it's too late. When you're young, fear whispers in your ear. What if I fail? What will people think? What if I'm not good enough? So you hesitate, you wait. You tell yourself, I'll do it later. And before you know it, later is gone. The saddest words you'll ever say. Not I failed, not I lost. But I wonder what would have happened if I had just tried. Regret doesn't come from the things you did. It comes from the things you never did, the chances you never took, the opportunities you let slip away because fear convinced you to stay in your comfort zone. Fear isn't real. It's a story your mind tells you. Fear won't stop bad things from happening. It will just stop you from living. Fear fades, but regret lasts forever. So, what should you do? Take the risk. Apply for the job, move to the city, start the business. Because even if you fail, you'll grow. But if you never try, you'll never know. At the end of your life, you won't regret the times you stumbled. You'll regret the times you stood still when you should have taken the leap. What's one risk you wish you had taken? Share your story below. Someone out there might need to hear it. 7. Happiness is simple, but we make it complicated. I spent so many years thinking happiness was in the big house, the expensive car, the perfect job. But at the end of my life, I realized it was never about those things. It was in the simple moments I didn't appreciate enough. Most people spend their whole lives chasing happiness, like it's some grand prize waiting at the finish line. They think, once I make more money, I'll be happy. Once I get my dream job, I'll be happy. Once I have the perfect relationship, I'll be happy. But happiness isn't something you get, it's something you notice. Happiness is already here. It's in the little things we overlook every day. Morning coffee with someone you love, a walk on the beach with no rush to be anywhere, sitting on the porch, laughing about nothing, watching the sunset without a phone in your hand. These are the moments that truly matter. But we spend so much time chasing the next big thing that we forget to enjoy the beauty of now. So, what's the lesson? Stop treating happiness like a destination. It's in the journey. Appreciate the little moments, because one day, they'll be the big ones. If you're always waiting for happiness, you'll spend your whole life waiting. What's one simple thing that makes you happy? Let's share some joy in the comments. 8. The final lesson. Live now, because tomorrow is never promised. If there's one thing I want you to take from this, it's this. Stop waiting, start living, because tomorrow is not guaranteed. We live as if we have unlimited time. We say, I'll do it later. I'll call them next week. I'll take that trip when I have more money. But here's the brutal truth. Time doesn't wait for you. One day, later turns into never. And when that day comes, all you'll have left is regret. Regret for the words left unspoken. Regret for the moments you were too busy to enjoy. Regret for the people you didn't appreciate until it was too late. I've seen people on their deathbeds, and you know what they never say? I wish I had worked more. I wish I had made more money. Instead, they whisper things like, I wish I had told them how much they meant to me. I wish I had taken more risks. I wish I had lived in the moment instead of always waiting for a better one. We fool ourselves into believing that happiness is something we'll find later. That once we reach a certain level of success, or make a certain amount of money, or finally feel ready, then we'll start living. But life doesn't begin when everything is perfect. It begins when you decide to truly live. Call your parents while you still can. Take the trip, even if it's not the perfect time. Tell the person you love how much they mean to you. Because at the end of the day, the things you'll cherish the most aren't the trophies, the money, or the titles. It's the memories, the moments, the people. What will your story be? Imagine sitting in a rocking chair decades from now, looking back on your life. Will you smile, knowing you made the most of it? Or will you sit there wishing you had done things differently? You get one life, one chance. And the best time to live it is now. Which of these lessons hit home the most? Drop a comment. I read every single one. And before you go, subscribe for more life-changing wisdom. Like this video if even one lesson spoke to you. Share this with someone who needs to hear it today, because wisdom means nothing unless it's shared.